Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Nathan, and every week, my co-host and girlfriend Rachel and I discuss all things in the sports drama universe.
Sprinkled in with pop culture, we cover topics from Bravo to Brady and everything in between. So keep listening to find out more. Cheers!
Welcome to the Bill Romanowski episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, Double Dose. I'm Nathan, and sitting not next to me because we're trying something new here since I'm in Massachusetts and Miss Rachel's in our normal studio, we'll say. Miss Rachel, how are... I'm sorry?
The East Village studio.
The East Village studio, yes. I'm in the Massachusetts studio. You're in that studio. We're just in separate studios. Exactly.
So, I'm doing great, thank you, because I didn't let you finish your sentence per usual, but I'm doing great. We've had a crazy past couple of days. I think I'm still sleep deprived. I'm trying to figure it out. I think my face is swollen from all the alcohol, fried food, but we are living for it because our best friends, Trent and Hannah, officially got engaged on Saturday, 9/9, and you know what? Oh, congratulations, you two. We can't believe that we were able to be such a big part of it and celebrate with you guys. I mean, it was absolutely epic, wouldn't you say?
It was epic, but so was the stress leading up because it was not supposed to be 9/9.
It was not supposed to be 9/9.
Why don't you take that? Why don't you explain that to everyone? Because
supposed to be 9/8, of course, and true, crazy. It has to be crazy.
Nothing can be smooth. Nothing can be smooth.
Nothing can be smooth, and they
just like this.
Yeah, go ahead. Just like the seas that we were on. Nothing smooth like the seas. No.
No. I was going to say just like us trying to figure out how to record remotely.
Oh yeah, don't worry. That was a whole other battle that we had to face, but. He was supposed to. Trent and Hannah flew out from LA. They're supposed to get here, show up for a sunset cruise on 9/8. Okay, but God had other plans because, well, I should really say Mother Nature, because she decided to be a raging biatch that day and make it thunderstorm. Their flight gets diverted to Buffalo, ground stop on all planes, just for it to be literally a beautiful sunset here. For no thunderstorms to happen at all. And we had to move everything to Saturday, an afternoon party, and it was just incredible.
Perfect.
And Trent, he's all content. So he's mic'd up. We got an iPhone camera. We got a video camera. He
made you download an app so you can record the audio on your phone.
It was unbelievable. And, she was so surprised. And there's obviously nothing more you want for your best friend than to be so surprised in her engagement. I mean, it was incredible. Tears. We filled up the Hudson with tears, and it was unbelievable. And we partied all day on a freaking our own personal boat around Manhattan.
It was actually it was extremely cool. And there's a lot that I can learn from Trent, because the amount of adversity that man had to handle, getting your plane diverted, knowing that you're supposed to get engaged in a matter of hours and seeing that time come and pass and not being able to say it to your partner because it's supposed to be a complete surprise. Meanwhile, I'm over here in the morning, we're recording early morning on Wednesday, because it took us this long to figure out how to do this. And I'm frustrated as all hell. And this man was able to keep a smile on his face while his engagement time was getting passed. And he was in Buffalo. And they're from that area, from the Rochester area. I don't know how far that is from Buffalo. But like me and you were saying.
It's an hour drive. It's an hour drive. If they ground stopped in Buffalo, and I mean, if they weren't able to leave, her family in Rochester, they're here.
Right, exactly. That's what we were saying. Both of their families that live in Rochester an hour away from where they were ground stopped. If, God forbid, they weren't able to take off that night, obviously should have been let's just go see what your family or my family. No, you can't do that because they're in New York City waiting for your ass.
Right.
So it was all a gong show, but it ended up being the best thing I personally think, because the views were incredible, the day was incredible.
Epic. Truly epic.
I I think he died and came back to life 18 times that day, just because there
Yes,
was.
yes, 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 100%. Carried into bed, but then you know what? We partied even the next day. We went into football Sunday, our first
I didn't.
football
I wasn't there.
Sunday.
I wasn't
No,
there.
you were not there, but we all did our first football Sunday together, but without you,
Without
because
me.
where were you? Yeah, exactly. You're wearing your
I was
number.
in Foxborough, Massachusetts, with this very jersey. Still smells like Foxborough.
Ooh,
Oh, I can still smell the Bud Light all over it.
that thing must
I
reek.
oh, it smells like freaking. It doesn't smell like victory because the Patriots lost. But I was back home. They honored the GOAT, Mr. Tom Brady. This is
That's
college
what smells
jersey.
like a barn. It smells like a barn animal.
Who's a barn animal?
You said it's a goat. It smells like a
Oh,
barn.
there you go.
Yeah,
See,
you probably like okay,
take another
relax.
sip of coffee.
They honored the goat, Tom Brady himself.
Yeah. So and he unveiled the new lighthouse at the stadium. He did this weird bell ringing thing to start the game. I am still trying to understand that whole side of it and try to get used to that new tradition. A lot of people love it. I think it's kind of weird to start a tradition that you won't even like that just happens. You don't even announce that it's going to happen or give anybody sort of background. That was weird.
Yeah.
But it was we're in the pouring rain. I decided to wear a rain jacket that did anything but protect me from the rain. It did the opposite and soaked up the water. So I had to battle some adversity myself that day. But
How
um,
was it? How was it seeing Mr. Tom Brady himself?
I'm honestly about to cry right now because I was crying at the stadium. Like when halftime rolled around, the Patriots had just started like their comeback, and so they got back in the game. So everybody's riled up. They roll out the stage that he would be honored on. They bring out the Super Bowl trophies, 6 of them for anyone that doesn't know. Um, and then you start seeing his family come on, like all his former teammates come on the field, and then they start playing his music that he used to come out to.
Which is what?
Um, it's from Jay Z.
Oh,
My name is Hove, H
H.
to the O V.
No way. That's
That's what he
his
would.
song.
That's his song. So like,
That's
so
cool.
he ran out of the like he came out of the tunnel. He took off his Patriots jacket. He had his game jersey on. He ran like he used to run down the sideline when he first ran out and like gave a fist pump. He did the same thing. Then he just like did a lap around the stadium, like soaking it all.
His run out that I saw is like so crazy. It's like when you're so excited, it's like you look like you're about to trip over your feet, and like I swear to God, I think he has a shoulder injury from that
The fist
what
pump.
is that
Oh
like
yeah,
fist bump? Like I was like, what in the Jersey Shore is happening? Like he literally, I'm like you're almost gonna trip over his feet. It just you could tell like how amped up and excited he was.
he had his gold chain hanging. He was fucking.
Oh, okay,
Let's
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
go. I was going, but like like I'm not exaggerating when I tell you I was full on just like emotions.
yeah.
Um, I was, and then Kraft once he made his way to the stage, his 3 kids were there. Kraft and his son were there, and Kraft started off with a speech. Kraft, I think it's about time. I love you, but I think it's about time that you let Jonathan, your son, take over the speeches because whoa.
Oh God, oh
You
God.
stumble on as a billionaire. You stumble on your words far more than Bozo me over here stumbles on his podcast weekly. But that's neither here nor there. Then Tom had a heartfelt speech. I have it all recorded on my phone, but it's also like everywhere on social media. I'm sure anyone that's has had an interest in seeing it has already seen it. But it was
Well,
amazing, and
we can add your the personal, the Nathan's view. We can add that at the end of this.
we
Nathan's
can.
view
Oh,
of the
absolutely.
Patriots game.
Absolutely. So
Why
the
not?
shit
Nathan can.
the shitty part about my view was that it was like in our end zone, where my seats are,
Okay.
but his back was to us.
That's okay.
So
That's okay.
most of my video though was of the big screen,
Yeah.
um, so I could see his face. And but the cool part about that is right above the big screen are the 6 banners, the 6 Super Bowl banners. So like it
Very cool.
kind of makes sense. Um,
And I saw
but
that
yeah, it was
they're
just
putting him in the Hall of Fame on 6/12/24 for the
right,
6 rings, number 12. I guess just the next time you do it is 2024.
right.
Sick.
So part of Kraft's mumbling speech was the fact that um, there's supposed to be a 4 year wait period for any retired Patriot to get inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
and Kraft waived that 4 year wait period so that Brady can get in immediately. Which
They're
I
not
think
retiring his number.
Patriots don't do that. I think that it'll be more like of a quiet retirement of a number. Like if anybody else in a Patriots uniform ever wears 12 again, I think I may have to like root for a different team because that's just not right.
Yeah, I don't think
Um,
that they would do that though, right?
no, if anybody even had the balls to ask for number 12 in a Patriots uniform,
Yeah, other than obviously you, if you were out there.
I mean, yeah, just two goats just sharing a number, really.
Exactly.
But it was emotional. It was amazing. The game itself was amazing, even though the Patriots came up short. It was just an amazing day. I was soaked, smell like beer still, but it was tremendous. It, I'm sure we'll get into it. So I don't know what if you want me to get into the game itself now, or you want to
Okay.
cover other topics. But like,
Get into the, I mean, get into it. Why not just get right into this? But wait, hold on. First, before obviously we get into this, if anyone's watching this video right now, we need to address, the biggest, what is it called? What is it in the room? Elephant in the room here. It's that I'm wearing part of our new merch on my head.
yes,
Okay. The Drama of Sports Club 5-panel snapback East Village with the double dose, podcast in the back.
you could have just taken the hat. You could have just taken the hat off and shown it. But
If you think that if I have a hat on my head, me taking it off and not looking like a freaking Lord Farquaad, okay, it's not gonna happen. And once a hat's on my head, it's not coming off. All right, like it's just not gonna happen. So
understood.
couldn't do that. But yes, this fine piece of merch will be available very soon for purchase. We're trying to just still figure out a little bit of logistics.
Talking to
But
vendors, getting
talking to
prices,
vendors, but we are
waiting for the
almost
samples.
finalized, so we'll be coming out with a drop date very soon. But yes, honestly, I can't even lie to you guys. Like I put this on out in the field, out in the public eye,
It's
and
wild.
many people have come up and said, "Wow, your hat's amazing," and like didn't even know. I was like, "Wait, do you know what it is?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, do you know what this is?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "It's a podcast. It's a podcast merch." Like, because it's so fresh, so clean, people can't even understand, right? Like,
Right.
it's just so gorgeous. So yes, it is. I mean, that is fire flames.
And that's one of one right now because
One of one.
I don't
One of
even have
one.
one. I'd be rocking it.
Yeah.
I'd be rocking it, but
Yeah. One of one.
one of
So
one. But
regardless,
you can see the hierarchy. Anyone that is watching this also can see the hierarchy of not only our relationship with this podcast here, because we see who actually gets their hand. Ladies first. I'm just a gentleman.
ladies first, who actually gets stuff done here, okay? I think you're about to have a
What are you
meltdown.
talking about?
You're about to have a meltdown this morning when we try to figure this thing out. You're like, "Oh, I can't even record anymore." I'm like, "We are okay. This is fun times. This is fun times."
What about last night when we were trying to record? Who had a meltdown?
I'm sorry.
Who had a
I've been literally exhausted. Okay, I was falling asleep. I was asleep when you called me. I was asleep on the couch. I yawned 8 times before I even said
You're
hello.
right. No,
Okay?
no. You're right. You're the only one that did all this partying. You're the only one that did all these adventures.
I mean, seems like it to me.
I've been resting on the couch the entire time.
Seems like it to me, okay? Seems like you've been resting on the couch the entire time. I'm just joking around. I'm just joking because I know that you were so eager, so pumped up because you left at 6 a.m. when you went to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning to go to this Patriots game. So let's dive back in. How was the game?
The game itself, so obviously I already spoke about the Tom Brady, but all that underlying emotion for the entire fan base was there. And obviously we're playing a team that the, the NFC champions, Eagles, as underdogs. Nobody compared to if you take the performance of the Eagles last year and take the performance of the Patriots last year, two completely different teams. No one thinks the
Yeah.
Patriots have a chance, and the game starts out that way. The game
Yeah.
starts out that way. The Patriots dig themselves into a 16-0 hole. I tell a guy in front of me to shut the fuck up because he's calling for Bailey Zappi to come in, and like him and his son look back at me like I'm a
Isn't
fucking
Bailey
psycho.
Zappi off the team or something?
Well, they signed him back on from the practice squad because the guy that they traded for to replace him went incognito at the end of last week. Matt Corral just stopped showing up to work.
For Christ's sakes. Okay.
We shouldn't make light of that because there might be a mental health situation.
Okay.
So so Bailey Zappi's back on the sideline, but then the Patriots offense starts doing what I expect them to do, and Mac Jones does what Mac Jones does, and they start getting hot. They score one touchdown. The defense starts locking Jalen Hurts down. Jalen Hurts had his worst game ever in the NFL. Why? Because he's in rainy Foxborough with menaces like myself screaming at him. And the Patriots defense, Christian Gonzalez wearing his new hard number, switches number again from 19 to 6. Fucking hard. Matthew Judon coming at his throat. And the Patriots defense just dominating all game. And they start coming back. And honestly, it was amazing. And I don't know if it was the motion of Brady, if it was the comeback, if it was a lot of things, if it was the fact that part of me really thinks that since the Patriots have not been performing well in the last couple of years, that the stadium was actually filled with real fans rather than like the corporate people that just want to see a team win. The stadium was absolutely electric. Like from even when they were down, except for that bozo that I had to yell at, even when they were down 16-0, like the fans were amazing. And
Awesome.
it was just obviously, once again, I wish they could have closed it out better. But what the Patriots did on Sunday was something that they wouldn't have been able to do last year. And for that, I am encouraged. And I'm excited for Sunday night, which you'll be in attendance. We'll be in attendance against the Miami
I will
Dolphins.
be there at the Miami Dolphins game. I'm excited.
And
I feel like I'm always going to this Dolphins game. Every
Yeah.
Patriots game I've gone to is the Dolphins.
How weird is that?
That is so weird, right?
It is.
Something was
But
maybe like is the universe trying to say something? I
I
mean,
don't know.
I can't even because I am still a Cowboys fan, and obviously they dominated on Sunday as well with a 40-0 situation. Not good for the Giants. Not
No.
good for the Giants. I honestly wish I could talk more on like the rest of these NFL games. Obviously, there's one big thing that we also have to talk about. But I was how you say blackout on Sunday, so I really wasn't. I only could catch a first glimpse of the 1 p.m. games, okay? Because other than that, my eyes were crossed. I was, knee deep in Bud Light. What are those things called? Like
Tower.
what? Towers.
Towers.
We
Oh.
had 4 Bud Light towers like on rotation. Like we are not okay. Like what's going on? So I really can't talk to a lot of these other NFL games unless you can for me because
All I know is that Mac Jones is tied for the lead in touchdown passes at this point in the season. So
give it to week 2, okay? And I think he's going to get surpassed very quickly.
we'll see. A co-leader in Tua Tagovailoa will be there. Tua balled the fuck out. Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins balled the fuck out. I have to stop saying F word because my mom once again told me yesterday at dinner that that's why she listens to see how many times I swear. So I have to stop that. But as you mentioned, there's one I was at the game in traffic getting there for I missed a lot of the 1 o'clock games. I was just following my phone. Rest of the 4 o'clock games I missed because I was at the Patriots game. But there's one game, and obviously I watched the Cowboys game, but there wasn't much to watch because
the Cowboys are just unbelievable squad.
Unbelievable
Giving
squad.
stars and stripes where they
Yeah,
have to, you know?
they went into MetLife and they absolutely showed the Giant like they
Yes.
went to the home of the Giants and they just absolutely just
Murdered.
it's like someone coming into your house um and taking your wife
Oh,
and making you watch. You know what I
I
mean? That's what they did to the Giants, okay?
interesting.
Um
That's an interesting point of view to have. And that's
they got
also
cucked.
crazy
They
that that's the first thing that you said that they got what?
cucked.
Cucked. Okay, perfect. Or maybe the Giants just got fucked, okay, because the Cowboys are that good. But,
But
you
that
know,
wasn't even the biggest
prime
storyline
time.
that took place in MetLife this week.
Yes.
The next night was another primetime game at MetLife, and you did a
Their
beautiful TikTok
first
on it.
their first primetime back-to-back primetime games in MetLife Stadium since 1987 because the Giants and the Cowboys were there on Sunday and the Jets and the Bills were there on Monday.
Right.
And that was, I mean, we have to just dive right into the Aaron Rodgers of it all. I mean, what the actual.
Yeah, you said it on a TikTok, and you said it perfectly. Like, if any writer in the film industry, show, movie, TV, they would not be able. If someone wrote this, if they put it into a book, it wouldn't be believable. It would be fiction. It would be sci-fi.
It
Like
would
the
literally.
Jets, the Jets have not won a Super Bowl since 1969. They have to watch their rival Patriots win 6 Super Bowls in a short span within that time. Um, it's 9/11. They finally get a Hall of Fame quarterback that is supposed to lead them to the Super Bowl. They have a great team around him, and he's running out like the scene of the camera behind him running out with the American flag on 9/11 in New York, like supposed to like planning to be the savior of this entire franchise, just for it all to come crashing down 4 plays into the season,
I mean, it's
and
insane.
it's not even just like a torn ACL where he might come back in like 8 months. It's a popped Achilles, which may have ended his career. Um,
Yeah, so
it was
four snaps, 3 minutes, 20 seconds, and Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles. And I think no one even, I feel like, because we had obviously a couple people there telling us, like, they're like, how bad is it? Like, what's actually going on? Because all they see is him getting carted off um, and no update. And a lot of people couldn't understand like what happened because it was kind of just like he sat down and like it wasn't. And I've been thinking about that. Like if I tore my Achilles, I mean I would be screaming from the roofs, you know. But like he
tough
didn't
son of
even
a bitch.
scream. He didn't
He's
scream.
tough.
He literally just sat down and just like was staring. Like I just think that he was in total shock, you know. Like oh my
He
god,
he had to be, and not only is he a tough, you know
cookie.
what? 'Cause I can't swear, tough cookie. I like have a lot of respect for that, but like you could tell, like he knew it right away, and like he didn't want to believe it. He tried to get up. He did get up, and then
Yeah.
he looked around and he just like he knew it. He knew it. Um, and it is a true shame. Like even as a Patriots fan, like eh,
No one
public
wants to
service,
see that. It's like you want competition. You want to
right,
see how good they really are. I think that's what
right.
everyone was like eager to do. And I think, see, like, I was honestly like, part of me was like rooting for the Jets, you know, because it's like they're here. Oh my God, they're going to be good this year. Like, this is like so exciting for them. They haven't won a Super Bowl since 1969. I mean, like, they finally are in the right place. Everything's falling in. And then the Jets jet.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean? It's like, are you joking?
right, right. And like so a lot of my best friends are Jets fans rather, and so I'm in a lot of their group chats, and they were saying like so many Patriots fans were reaching out like celebrating this, and it's like that's just such the biggest loser thing to do. Like first of all, the dude's a human being. Second of all, as a football fan, those are the best games. Like those are the best games to watch to go to. Like my favorite games that I've ever been to were against Patrick Mahomes, the Patriots against Patrick Mahomes, again Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. Like I
Right.
was excited to go to a game, or even if I wouldn't go to a game, like watch Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback of the New York Jets playing the New England Patriots. Like that is awesome.
Right.
That's why you're a fan. It's like anyone that's celebrating it, like shut up. You are a loser, and your opinion doesn't matter on anything because
Right.
you're just an absolute loser.
So it's very
So
sad. Our hearts go out to the Jets team and the organization because it's just like finally, like finally it happens. And then 3 minutes into the season, 3 minutes, gone.
see ya. But
So,
but as the game went,
with a torn Achilles, like you think he already got the surgery done? Like it's Wednesday morning now. Like, do you think he got it done Monday?
They would have reported. They would have reported if the surgery was done already. It wasn't done Monday because it was confirmed yesterday with an MRI. So like if you're watching the game, you saw that like first he went to the X-ray room, and that wouldn't be seen in an X-ray. X-rays are more for bones and stuff like that. So they scheduled an MRI for yesterday, which is more soft tissue, ligament stuff, and that's where it got confirmed. So sometimes I'm no doctor, so I am kind of speaking out of my ass, but from what I understand, it should be as soon as possible. But they also have to like let the swelling go down, let the inflammation go down,
Right.
or else it would have built too much scar tissue. That's something that happens a lot with these surgeries. From once again, I'm not a doctor, but if you do it too soon and it's still swollen and like has a lot of inflammation before you even cut open, then it just scar tissue will build and it takes a lot longer to recover from the actual surgery. So
I just can't believe that he's out for the entire season. Like it just seems so crazy to me that's a season thing. You know what I mean?
Could be a career ending. Because feel your
No,
Achilles.
I feel like he'll
Feel
come
your
back.
Achilles.
Do you think he'll come back?
He's the oldest guy in the NFL right now.
Do you think he'll come back? For real?
Honestly, I hope so. I hope so. Even as a Patriots fan,
they're like, let's do it again.
right. Give him Hard Knocks again. Like let's film all of this.
Let's go.
Get HBO in the case. You know what I mean? Like feel your Achilles.
Think if we need to talk to HBO or someone themselves, camera should be up right after. I mean, like right before surgery, right after, and just kind of talk about Aaron Rodgers' journey. If he plans on coming back, they should be documenting this for real.
Oh, it'll be documented.
So
it'll definitely be documented, especially the fact being in New York, being in a big market.
Yeah, it's just kind of
crazy.
wild. So.
But
our thoughts and prayers go out to the Jets organization, and hopefully Aaron Rodgers has a safe, speedy recovery. It does suck, but let's just see how the rest of the weeks of the NFL is gonna go. You never know. There's another injury that we have to. Oh, sorry.
So I'm sorry. Just one more point on that game is that the Jets still won the freaking game in overtime on a punt return with that rookie that was made the team with his friend.
Yeah, and from Hard Knocks, Gibson.
Yeah. He had a punt return, and that in itself happening on 9/11 for the Jets is crazy. I had money on the Bills, to be honest, but I was still what the that's amazing. His first NFL game, he wins it in overtime, with everything else going on a punt return. Wild.
So, Aaron Rodgers is not the only one that had to sit out some of the game, okay? On Sunday, Travis Kelce had to sit out because...
last Thursday.
Last Thursday, I mean. Travis Kelce had to sit out because he's also injured. His first game sitting out of injury since 2013, which is kind of wild. But I don't know what's injured. Is he injured in his body, or is he injured in the mind because he's too busy thinking about this new romance coming up that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are hanging out? They're romancing the stone. What's going on?
I saw this everywhere yesterday.
This is insane.
It's This is not something I would picture.
Pulling Taylor Swift because she's actual
how does that introduction? How do you think that introduction happens?
I don't know. I need to. I honestly need some more background because I also think that they are just two different types of people. I don't know them, but like just from like I can't imagine like this isn't going to be just like a short time fling, just like a little fun for both of them. Travis gets a little clout. She comes down to earth a little bit more. I just can't really I can't picture it, and also he just needs to know he needs to tread very lightly because
Oh,
she'll write one song about this guy and the entire NFL is coming down pouring with these freaking fan bracelets and stuff. Like these Swifty girls will take him out. He thinks like who's the Chiefs' biggest rival?
huh?
Who's the Chiefs' biggest rival?
Oh, anywhere in the division, the Raiders, the
I mean,
Broncos,
and they're all of them
the
are just going to be
Chargers.
Swifties, like coming in if he fucks us up, like literally, and they're going to be his worst nightmare. Like, okay, like it's just like
He better
know
not leave a
what you're
scarf over
signing
her
up for
sisters.
here. What?
He better not leave her. She better not leave his scarf over at his brother's or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So
But
it needs to. This is I just couldn't even imagine these two.
me neither. Me neither.
I'm
It's
like,
just.
what?
I'm honestly shocked. I don't know what I should think about this. Like, 'cause I really do like Travis Kelce, and we're not Swifties. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
But this kind of makes me gain respect for her because I always thought that she was like this. Like she's never really dated an athlete either. She's always dating like these big time musicians or like
Right, and like
actors.
I'm thinking like athlete wise, like who she would go for, like Tom Brady. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Like court,
Not
like
Travis
pretty
Kelsey. Like what? I'm like,
fellow
no, no.
fellow mustache man.
Like this is the thing with Travis Kelsey.
You said he was a
For us,
10.
he is a 10. He's a 10. Taylor's a 10 in terms of like career stuff, but like as you know, just girls commenting on girls. I mean, women support women here, but I don't think that they're in the same playing field on attractive level wise. But the thing is that once he's together with Taylor, like that means all bets are off for chances for girls like me. Do you know what I mean? Not that I am getting Travis because I have the great Nate dog, and I mean you are just
I'm a dog.
you're 11 out of 10. You know.
I'm a
Um,
dog for sure.
but like when he goes into that stratosphere, it's like you're just chilling in the moon now. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna date anyone else that's not as crazy as that. You're just like in that realm. So
Right,
it's
right.
very interesting to me. Very
Yeah.
interesting to me.
I mean, I'm excited to see like if she starts going to games now, or if the
That'd be
fact that
crazy.
if it's out there, if she goes on his
See,
podcast.
everyone's getting into sports now. Maybe she just listened to the pod. She understood, okay? She's a doser. She's listening to the pod, understanding the drama of sports. Oh my God, Travis Kelsey, he seems so fun. Him and his brotherly love. You know what I mean? Oh, I should date him. She probably just reached out. Maybe she had like a Taylor Swift thing and like wrote a letter or something. I don't know. I feel like she's a girl that writes letters with like a quill pen, like
She writes letters with a quill pen.
like those like quill pen, like the pens with the feathers. Like I
You
feel
dip it.
like
You dip it in the. You dip
that's
it in
like
the
to
ink.
me, Taylor Swift. Like that's the only way she communicates.
And that's definitely how she writes her songs. That's how
Like
like.
that or through a pigeon. Like I feel like she's just like she's giving like that vibe.
I have a question for you.
What's up?
You said he's a 10. I have two questions for you. First question. You said he's a 10. Bradley Cooper, Mary, fuck, kill. Bradley Cooper, Tom Brady, Travis Kelce.
Okay, I'm not gonna f any of them and say that to you at all.
No, but I'll rank it too. I'll do it too.
Okay, well we're definitely killing Tom Brady. I mean he's gone.
Eh.
I'm marrying Bradley Cooper and then Travis, whatever. But kiss, we'll kiss. Kiss on the cheek.
No.
Kiss on the cheek. And
It's
so okay, so now your turn.
marrying Tom Brady.
Okay, like
I think Travis might be too crazy for me. Honestly, like I think I think a little Bradley Cooper would be a nice romantic night.
oh,
And then sorry, Trav.
killing Trav. Okay, all right. Well, you heard it here first. What was your
Question number
second
two.
question?
Question
Yeah,
number
okay.
two
Yeah,
is
don't worry, I got the follow up.
are they Travis and sorry, I'm fixing my earbuds. I'm not used to this. Are they the new like power? Is there a better power couple in sports right now or in entertainment right now?
I don't know. I don't know.
I've been trying to.
Honestly, I'm gonna try to rack it through. Like, do you think that Olivia Copo and Christian McCaffrey are gonna be hanging out with them? Like, I don't see a world where Olivia and Taylor are friends, but maybe they are.
So the Olivia and Christian McCaffrey thing, really, I really struggle with because I'm not crazy about her, but I think he's like one of the coolest guys in the world.
I actually saw a thing on Dumois that says that like she's just like doesn't actually like spending time at the football games and stuff like that, and like obviously just does it for the clout. Like this
Well,
just
yeah,
came
when
out last week.
I highly doubt that because before him, she was dating Danny Amendola when he played for the Patriots, and like she would be at every Patriots game with Camila Kostic, who is with Gronk, and like be so over the top. And her sister was dating Braxton Berrios
Yeah,
before the whole Alex Earl situation.
yeah.
So
I
like
know. This is what I saw. This
that's
is just what I
but
saw.
that's what I'm saying. Like the Copos are just over here like scheming.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, let's see if this becomes official. It says they're just hanging out, so you never really know. This could fizzle out to nothing, but
Yeah,
you never
that's
know.
how we started, right? Just hanging out.
Yeah. We were hanging out for literally one day again. We're like, all right, what are we doing here?
Are
So,
we getting married?
all right, amazing. Of course. This is this my proposal?
No, I'm saying
So,
after one day, that's what we were.
yeah,
Forget it.
don't worry, I understand. Oh my God, you're
Right
like,
over
no,
the
I
beautiful
backtrack,
hat.
I backtrack. No, don't worry, I understand what you were saying. You know what I was making? A joke. So when we move on, thank you for explaining all of, football right now.
Yep.
Are you ready to get into some double D's threes?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What were your double D's threes for the week?
So just like we said last week, for anyone that didn't have a chance to listen last week, we are readjusting our double these threes.
Yes.
We're just coming up with three random things that we ever want to talk about. Last week I talked about pet peeves. You talked about
Three interesting things that I realized.
exactly. So this week my double D's threes are my three teams that lost. I had so Friday night. Um, my friend Brian Thompson from Bill Ricca texted me saying that Bill Ricca is playing Masco in football, which is where I went to high school. And we made a little bet. We bet a roast beef sandwich on the game, so the
Mm-hmm.
loser has to buy the roast beef sandwich. Obviously, Masco lost, and I owe my friend a roast beef sandwich, Trooper Thompson. That's number three. Number two, we're on the boat, partying with Trent. He already got down on one knee. Trent played football at Ithaca College. I played football at Endicott College. Lo and behold, they're playing each other Saturday while we're on the boat.
Insane. I mean, that's kind of
Insane.
wild.
Right. So I'm talking shit to his dad. His brother's wearing an Ithaca hat.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yo, Endicott. You see, Endicott's up 17-0. They blow it. They lose.
Of course.
And that's number two. And number one, the other fiance in this whole thing, Miss Hannah Owens, the bride, future Mauer, she and her family are diehard Eagles fans. So I was also talking shit to her dad and her. And even on Sunday, whenever I would FaceTime you or talk to you guys, she would just be like, "Go Birds, go Birds, go Birds." I'm like, no, yeah, don't know what's coming. And I lost that one as well. So I was 0 for 3 this past
Yeah.
weekend.
Woof.
And that's my unfortunate double D's threes. My three teams
Wow.
just have to step up. If I'm going to support you and talk shit, you have to step up and you have to back it up because
Or maybe you just need to find better teams. Ooh. Wow. Woof. Ooh. What about that one? Ooh. So, I mean, because if you were a Cowboys fan, you'd be riding high right now. 40-0? Oh my God. It's not even
Long
fair.
season.
Not even
Long
a field goal.
long season for all three teams. All three of them will rebound and
It'll
more to
be
come.
amazing.
More to come.
More to come. Thank you for that. I'm not going to do as much of a negative note. I'm going to do my 3 foods that are my love language. Love languages and food here, okay? And it really started off as last week I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a girl eating a breakfast burrito. And this is something that I realized that I am obsessed with. I love breakfast burritos. So I'm like, I need to I need to write this down. Like, this is definitely my love language because, like, give me a breakfast burrito in the morning and I'm happy. But, like, I never get them because the only good ones I feel like we really had were, like, in San Diego, where I was like, this is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm like, breakfast burrito, second best. And so I'm like, give me this breakfast burrito. This is unbelievable. But then I'm like, wait, let me jot some things down. Number 2, crispy rice with spicy tuna.
Mamoya?
With a
Mamoya?
little what is that, eel sauce and a couple jalapenos on there? No way.
Oh,
That
well.
is unbelievable. Okay. Like, I'm like, oh. And number 3, a Thai drunken noodle. Unbelievable. I mean, if I'm in any type of mood and I have a drunken noodle, I'm like automatically happy, automatically on the couch.
Whoa, whoa. No, like, what about a hand roll? What about a Toro hand roll?
But these are my love languages where I'm just like, wow, like this is unbelievable. You know, and this
Okay.
I can only do 3. Okay,
Okay.
like I could do a Toro hand roll, but I also wanted to switch it up because I did spicy tuna crispy rice. You know, I wanted to
Mmm.
get I got a noodle, I got a burrito, and I literally have a breakfast, appetizer, and dinner. Okay, I wanted to switch it up for
Amazing.
the people. So
Legendary.
that is my love languages. You know, I would say my top 3 maybe, and just
Yeah.
comfort foods. So
Okay. Okay. Respect, respect. I'm normally not, just one quick comment. I'm normally not a breakfast burrito guy. However, when I was in Newport, uh, Ryan and his friend Joe, who was a sick, sick puppy, you'd like him a lot. Um, they took us on the boat to a place in Jamestown to get breakfast burritos, and they were tremendous. So
that
I
sounds
might,
amazing.
I more to come on my journey with the breakfast burritos. Could be my new favorite food too. Could be my
Could be,
love
could be.
language.
We got to get one of those soon. Sounds amazing.
Yeah, there has to
But
be
you
some
know,
good
we
ones in New
would
York.
be remiss if we did not also discuss a huge accomplishment that happened this past weekend over here also in New York at the US Open. So, the US Open, we have our 2 final winners for men's and women's. The women's winner for her first ever major title was Coco Gauff. She did it, folks. I mean, congratulations to her. Unbelievable. She did an unbelievable job and very, very proud for her.
Yeah,
And the men,
I'm sorry, just a quick comment on that. That's amazing, because she's supposed to be. So a big thing about like U.S. Open and tennis in that realm. Once another thing I barely know anything about, so I could just be talking out of my ass. But you want someone from America winning it,
right,
and you want someone from America being competitive in tennis. It keeps our keeps us interested, right?
right,
Especially people that follow tennis closer than we do. But so she's like the first. I'm not sure if she's the first winner since like Serena Williams, but she's the first person to like take the torch from Serena Williams and be the best women's tennis player in the world. So
I mean, it's
it's the first,
incredible.
not only her first U.S. Open, but her first Grand Slam. So for her to do it in the United States, amazing. Like you said, an amazing accomplishment, and she's definitely someone that will like have to start following closer and start talking on the podcast because she could be dominating tennis for the next 15, 20 years.
You go, Coco. So, and the men's winner, I do such a bad job with his name, so please take it away, Nathan.
The men's winner was Novak Djokovic. He won. It was his 24th Grand Slam victory, um, and he just dominated again. Carlos Alcaraz, who beat him in Wimbledon, I think lost in the semifinals. So they didn't meet up in the U.S. Open, but Djokovic dominated from beginning to end. I think we talked about it last week. I watched his quarterfinal match with my friends when I was in Newport, and he's just dominant. And even the way he carries himself, the way like tennis is just like I know I talked about it last week, but like tennis is just fascinating to me. How like they go off to the side after the match, like he changes his shirt, like puts his watch back on, and then goes and like has an interview
Yeah, like give
mid
me a
court.
shower.
Yeah,
Oh,
like let me wash
give
my
me a
ass.
shower. Yeah.
Like let me take a dump.
Oh, I,
Let me-
yeah. I mean,
Oh, oh.
you could take a dump. I mean, on command at this point.
But
So,
yeah, congratulations to both of them.
congratulations to both of those
I think
fine finalists.
yeah, those champions. I think I think I want to start getting into tennis. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like tennis, it's for the these. Tennis and golf. So let's try. I mean, we can try for maybe next US Open.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good.
So, other than that, are you ready to get into our sick puppy and interesting cat segment of the week?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
So, our sick puppy of the week is a man that is working his way into our life. We have not met him in person yet. He's potentially talking to someone close to us. We won't say who, but his name is Ray. Okay, and Ray is a sick. Starting to learn. Ray's a sick puppy. He's from Rhode Island, so that's first tick. Everybody I know from Rhode Island is just an absolute
They just
wild
breed
card.
puppies out there. They
They
breed.
do. They do. They do. So
It's the farm for breeding those sick puppies.
so the person close to us, she was with him this past weekend and showed us a video of he was trying to get the vibes going during the Patriots game, which I respect. You got to do what you got to do.
Right,
And
gotta
I
do what you
guess
gotta do.
him and his friends like to vape, and it's like his like calming thing while he like watches games or whatever. And she put the vapes, the nicotine vapes, like in her toes, and was smoking the vapes out of her toes. And I know people like feet. I don't know if he likes feet. I don't even want to know if he likes. That's disgusting. But that's just a sick move. So
Yeah.
Ray is definitely our sick puppy.
Yeah, I mean,
Look forward to meeting you, Ray.
I'm honestly, I mean, I was shocked when the nerves broke. I was shocked because that's the last place I think I would ever want anything held for me is in between any sort of toe. So the fact that the toe is gonna go even close to my mouth,
It's no breakfast burrito.
no, like that's no breakfast burrito. I would have to see breakfast burrito coming up again because I just feel like this is not even like a sick puppy move. This is just a wild move. Like
Right.
what where are your hands? Where are your hands?
Right.
Like there's so many other body parts that could be used or
Just
or really none at all. Or maybe just place it next to you, put it on your thigh.
yeah,
Like I don't
you were ripping a vape on Saturday night that someone just left it at our apartment. Like you
I know, but I mean, there was nothing. There was no lights were home. Okay, I was home, but there were no lights on inside the brain because
lights are on, no one's home.
Yeah, there was nothing I did on Saturday night can be like even. I feel like even discussed because it's just I wasn't even my body. Okay, like so yeah. I mean, I'm concerned, and I feel like if this becomes like a thing, I think I'm going to need to have a talking to that this never needs to happen again ever. I mean, ever. There are no shelves that can be used as like toes cannot be used as a holding device at all, unless it's to pick your sock up off the floor. When you like grab
Right.
stuff like a claw.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there are no toes near the mouth in this house. So
No, never.
no.
Moving on, interesting cat of the week is Mr. Robert Griffin III. Do you know who Robert Griffin III is?
It sounds so familiar.
RG3. He played in the NFL.
Yes.
He was he played at Baylor in college. Won the Heisman Trophy winner. So he's one of those talking heads now on ESPN that I don't like.
Yes, I remember him. I know him.
He says like just preposterous things all the time, and including yesterday morning, he was on Get Up, and he was basically pitching himself to the Jets, saying that he could still play if they need a quarterback. And it was just one of those things that like everybody else on the panel was like, and now being in the sports talk business, like,
this is.
I understand like the thoughts that have to go behind making a take and like having a like opinion on something. Like the Jets would be better off signing me at quarterback. The last time that man had played an NFL game, he stunk. He played for the.
Is he a quarterback?
He's a quarterback. He's a quarterback. The last time he played for a game was when he was Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore, and he just absolutely.
What a weird
stunk up the place.
job like application to submit.
Yeah, right. Weird, weird, weird.
Yeah,
So
that's
Robert Griffin
definitely
the
an
third,
interesting move.
and I don't think you'll be seeing him talking on Get Up anytime soon after that take. That was just bad.
They're like, we're actually gonna have you exit, okay? They're like, oh,
Right.
come here, and they're literally gonna exit him off, cart
Seriously.
that guy off, cart him off the
Lit-
stage.
Sadly enough, that's why his career went downhill. He had a lot of injuries. He actually won Rookie of the Year his rookie year when he played for Washington, formerly the Redskins. Um,
Well, guess
and
what? He's not gonna pay for the Jets anytime soon. Anytime
no,
soon.
no, they're
So.
better off. They're better off with Zach Wilson.
Well, thank you for that.
Right?
Let's get into our picks of the week here. You know, this is a shorter episode. We're trying it for it to be. It's actually just becoming a long one again. But
It is, and I actually have to hop on a meeting very shortly, so
oh,
we
perfect.
have to wrap this up.
Wrap this up. Let's get
But
into our
just
picks of the week.
let's get into picks of the week record update. So some feedback I got from the from some of the dosers was that they want us to keep track of our records, so that we
Held
keep track of them,
accountable.
held accountable. So last week you went 1-2, I went 2-1 with our picks.
If we're doing records here, then that means that we need to have some type of reward at the end or something.
Yeah, we
Winner
can think of
does
something.
gets what. Yeah, we have to think of winner
Let's
gets
toss it.
what, loser gets what, or we can ask the people, what do you think?
Yeah.
Like winner gets what, loser gets what for our picks.
Right. And whatever
Okay.
they say, since you're
I
losing
know.
already.
I know. We have to
All right.
do.
All right. You
You're
go
the
first.
one who doesn't hold up your end of the bargain, Mr. Freaking Masters Grub Kit, okay? People are still talking about it.
Right. Then I put my freaking ass on the line, literally, with DeAndre Hopkins, and he didn't want to come to New England. So, anyways, who do you got?
So, well, first of all, we already know that our record right now. I pulled out one win out of 3, so I have a 1-2 record. So I lost 2, and you have a 2-1 win. So you won 2, lost 1. But you know what? I'm going to make it up for this week because I really feel like these picks are
tough this week.
Cowboys, the Jets. Cowboys are -8.5, which is absolutely wild. But I picked the Cowboys because I believe in my men. Next up, Saints, the Panthers. Panthers are +3.5. So I like the Saints because, you know, I met someone this weekend who was a Saints fan, and I forget who it was, but I feel like I got a good vibe. So I'm like, go Saints, you know, black and gold. Chiefs and the Jags. I'm picking the Chiefs. They are -3.5.
So you think yes, they are. So you think the Chiefs are going to bounce back? You just met someone that's a New Orleans fan, so that's it, and then you're supporting your team.
Yes.
Fun fact: the first non-Boston jersey I ever got was probably one of the only ones too, was a Saints jersey, Reggie Bush.
Yeah, well, I feel like everyone knew Reggie Bush for no reason.
It was him and Matt Leinart. Like they were dominating.
Why do I know Reggie Bush? You know what I mean?
Kim Kardashian.
That's her videos with? I thought it was Ray J.
No. He dated her after the Ray J video. He was an ex-boyfriend.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Okay.
He was like, it was on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Well, now your turn.
So I have the LA Chargers -3.5 in Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee is very good, and LA Chargers barely lost against the Dolphins, who I think are a really good team. So the Chargers -3.5. I have the New York Giants -4.5 against Arizona. I think that they have no choice but to bounce back.
They have to. They really got a talking to.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I think the Cardinals overachieved last week, so I think both of them are gonna regress or progress to the mean.
Mm-hmm.
Water is gonna find its level.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I have the Buffalo Bills -8.5 against the Las Vegas Raiders. I think Josh Allen probably had his worst game of his career, and he's gonna bounce back big time, and they're gonna absolutely throttle the Raiders. That's actually my lock of the week.
Unbelievable. Well, thank you so much for sharing those picks. And you know what? Thank you everyone for bearing with us for this remote session that we did here.
Yes.
Thank you for figuring this out. Thank you for talking with me, for explaining everything, for, you know, being the best co-host in the planet. This is my favorite hour of the week. So Thank you, Neat Dog. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Yeah, I want to pat myself on the back for getting out of my bad mood and putting on a show for the people. I think I
Oh,
performed pretty
yeah.
well today. And if you saw me 10 seconds before we hit record, I was a miserable piece of shit. So thank you for dealing with me. And also pat myself on the back.
Well, thank you. Well, I love you.
Love you
And
too.
thank you, everyone else, for listening. And here's to another episode, episode 53.
Love it.
The Double Dose Pod.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast wherever you watch and listen, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Double Dose Pod. Thank you.